Welcome back to From the Ground Up. We're your hosts, Caitlin
and Taylor.
And today we're joined by Teresa of Twetton's Interior Design.
So how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
Enjoying the nice cool weather? Got a little bit of snow last night?
Not really.
No? I think it's nice. Well, before we get started into anything, we just wanted to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor for the episode, True House Offer. Selling your house can be a quick and simple process with True House Offer. True House Offer buys houses, not listing them for sale, but actually buying your house. Because they pay with cash, they are able to close deals on your schedule. With no other fees, you don't have to worry about hidden costs or anything like that. You don't even have to worry about repairs or cleanups. They'll buy your house as is, and you can learn more at truehouseoffer.com. That's truehouseoffer.com, or by calling 855-359-2528. That's 855-359-2528.
So our first question today, before we get into the podcast, we always do a little bit of an icebreaker. So today's question is, what app on your phone or computer do you use the most?
Oh, well, I probably, check my emails probably the most.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've got
That's
my
fair.
apps for my work email, my home email, and
Sure.
tend to go back and forth, and I might be a little obsessive with it, I guess. So I would say
That's fair.
It's a nice, clean, organized
Yeah.
inbox.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
I can't say the same. but,
Yeah, I like to clean it out, yeah.
Now to the meat and potatoes of it. Can you tell us a little bit of the story of how your company was built from the ground up?
Sure. So I actually bought the business from the previous owners. Jerry Twetton was he was actually my boss that I purchased the business from with my partner, Sarah Larson. So right out of college, I went and worked for Twetton's. That was in 1997. The previous year, I did an internship there between my junior and senior year in college. And after I graduated, they asked me to come back. So I went back and worked for them. And then we ended up, buying the business when Jerry retired. So, but our business, Twetton's, is actually 100 years old this year.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So he actually, his family started the business as a furniture store.
Oh.
So, and then he brought in the interior design part of the business and then just evolved from there. So, we've changed some things about the business when Sarah and I took over, but it's pretty much the same concept, the same basic background, classic look, high-end furniture and design, but we brought some new things to it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I started with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Was there any debate on you being the leader of that Sioux Falls location or anything like that?
Not really.
No? Just
No.
you took over?
Yeah, so Jerry, I had worked, our original location was in Spencer, Iowa. And so that's where I worked for about 8 years with Jerry. He was my mentor and I trained with him. And so I think when we decided to open the store in Sioux Falls, I mean, I was the person for the job.
Yeah.
And, I think that was accepted. So,
There you go.
Cool.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was interior design something that you always wanted to get into?
Yes, and I didn't realize it when I was younger. From a young age, I was always interested in colors and the way our house looked, and I would always do things in my bedroom, and my mom would let me rearrange our furniture, and I had stacks of interior design magazines, but I guess I didn't think, okay, when I grow up, I'm going to be an interior designer, because I don't think I even knew what that was at that time.
Yeah.
Right.
So when I started out, I was actually an art major, but that didn't take long to realize that I needed to go into interior design. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
When was the point that you wanted to merge your interior design with the business and entrepreneurship?
Well, I guess it all came together at the
Yeah.
same time, pretty much. When Jerry asked us to buy the business, because I was just a designer before, and of course I was thrilled at the opportunity to actually have my own business, which is actually, I wanted to do that for a long time.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I always liked where I worked, and I liked, the furniture store and all of the support that we had at this business, and I was very comfortable there, so it was a really good fit.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So breaking it down to like a simple, simple way of saying it, what does like an average day of work look like for you?
It's actually different every day.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I like about my job. Some days I am meeting with clients all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Other days I'm going to job sites and meeting with contractors and subcontractors. Some days I'm shopping online for my clients. Some days I'm figuring draperies. So it's really different every day. I travel quite a bit. We have another store in Spirit Lake, Iowa.
Okay.
So I go back and forth there. I have clients there. I've got a new construction going on, there right now, so I need to get back there. Actually, on Sunday, my partner and I we're leaving for the furniture market, the High Point Furniture Market. That's twice a year. So it's a buying trip. So, we're just always doing different things. It's pretty busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So.
So you're pretty busy. So how and why do you delegate the tasks the way that you do?
Well, we have a lot of support people at our store because the designers are pretty busy. We're juggling multiple projects, and that means multiple clients, contractors, and subcontractors that we're dealing with. Plus, Sarah and I are running the business too, so we're dealing with employee issues and buying. We have to buy for the store. So our support, we have office support. We have an office manager that takes care of our finances. We have a design coordinator that helps us with our projects. So she'll help each of the designers. She'll check on fabrics for us to make sure they're available. She'll get prices for us, check on the status of our furniture that's on order. So as far as delegating, we kind of have to, otherwise we wouldn't be able to keep up with the projects that we're working on. We have delivery guys, so they help with bringing the furniture in and hanging our artwork and things like that.
Right.
Yeah,
So.
for sure. Cool. What would you say that your organization is like?
Well, I like to make lists. So I actually do that probably every evening and every morning to just make sure I know what I'm doing for the day. We have to stay pretty organized because we're juggling a lot of different projects and we have to stay on top of it. So I might go by my appointments for the day and then I break it down to my clients and what I need to do for each of my clients. So I try to stay organized.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
yeah.
That's good. What can you share about the difference in Twetten's and or your personal organization level from the opening of Sioux Falls to the start of being co-owner to now?
Well, so when we, so I guess before, it's not a lot of, as far as my work ethic, I guess it's about the same because I did the same things as far as projects and things. But, as an owner, there's just a different level of responsibility and things. And we've tried to change the business kind of with the times too. It's a little different than when we started. That was 20 some years ago. So in design, you have to keep up on current designs and also, work with clients on what they want. That people want different things now than they did many years ago, and I guess that's pretty much it.
Sure.
It changed a little bit, but yeah.
That's good.
Can you tell us if there was a point of realization, in a good or bad way, that you were this very important business owner and had all these responsibilities?
I'm sorry, can you read?
Like a realization that you had a lot of responsibility. Like, how does that weigh on you?
Oh, well, yeah, that happened right away.
Yeah.
So when we first, anytime you start out on a new business, venture, it's kind of exciting, but it's stressful. But it's also something that, I had strived for many years, so I was ready for it. But there were just different things to it that we didn't realize. I think probably, like you're responsible for the employees. That might have been the most stressful thing and can be still.
Yeah.
Because you want to make sure they're happy and they're taken care of. And since we have 2 locations, that can be tricky too, just to stay on top of those things. So it comes and goes at different times, I think, as far as the realization that, oh my gosh, I'm in charge of all these people and want to make sure they have security and jobs in the future. And that means I need to work hard and have a successful business. So, but it does help having a partner. I mean, we really share the responsibility, and we kind of take charge at different times. When I'm really busy with something, she'll take over, and when she's really busy, I'll take over, the different responsibilities as far as day to day.
Yeah.
So.
For sure.
So with that, I guess, knowledge of you've been in the other people's shoes, how might you advise someone else struggling with like validating themselves of like having that important role? How would you comfort that person? Give them some advice.
I think if you work hard, and I think work ethic is the biggest thing. Success will come. And you have to realize you are in an important position, but you're there for a reason. So, I guess that's what I say to myself sometimes. I can handle this. I'm here for a reason. So that's what I would say to someone else. I mean, you're there, you got there for a reason.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
So.
So right about halfway here, we're going to take a quick break and do one more quick shout out to True House Offer. True House Offer buys houses in and around major metropolitan areas and in other areas too. They're not a listing site. They actually buy your house. Because they pay in cash, they're able to work on your closing schedule. When you work with True House Offer, there are no additional fees. What this means is that you don't have to worry about those random out-of-pocket costs and to try to sell your house faster. You don't have to worry about repairing or cleaning anything around the house. True House Offer will buy your home no matter the condition or location. You can learn more on their website, truehouseoffer.com, or by calling the phone number 855-359-2528. That's 855-359-2528. Ready to get back into it?
Sure.
All right. So what kind of communication is there between your Sioux Falls location and then your Spirit Lake location?
Well, every Monday we have staff meetings, which is really important for us to stay in communication. Our Sioux Falls location will have a meeting first, and then Sarah and I and our head delivery person will call our Spirit Lake store, and we'll have a meeting over the phone. And we set up our schedule for the week and our deliveries, and if there's any concerns or issues that come up, that's when we try to talk about those things. But I would say every day we're in communication, probably several times a day. I know our office people are calling each other and emailing, and Sarah and I are in communication with our office manager, I would say almost every day. So we have to have a lot of communication back and forth.
Yeah, for sure. Are there any things that are like a struggle for you guys to communicate, or you wish that you guys could communicate that better between the locations, or?
Well, that's why we did start doing our Monday meetings, because things would happen during the week where one person thought they had communicated with another person and it didn't happen. And because we have we're really busy and we only have 2 delivery people, and they have a lot of deliveries, we have to make sure our schedule is very coordinated. So, I'd say just having those weekly meetings is really important for us, and then if things change, we try to send out an email to everyone so they're aware of that. So,
Can you talk a little bit more about what your partnership has been like throughout the period of how long it's been? Just the highlights and things like that, what it's been like?
Well, we're both very grateful for each other. We say that all the time. When we were first asked to buy the business, we had not really worked together very much. We were both designers for Twetton's, but we each had our own projects, and we just worked in the same space, but never really worked on anything together. So that was it was interesting, and we kind of just jumped into it not knowing. And it's just turned out to be one of the best things ever. I mean, we are on the same page. We're respectful. We don't make decisions without each other. So it's been really wonderful. Yeah, I would say.
Have there been any significant arguments or disagreements? And if so, how did you move past those?
We've had probably a couple of disagreements. I would only say a couple in how many years that we've owned the business together, and it's probably come because of either a lack of communication or stress. I mean, like during COVID, that was a really challenging time, and no one knew what to do.
Right.
And so I think we were both scared and just not knowing. And I think the rest of the world was like that. And it's never been more than 10, 15 minutes of not agreeing.
And you're able to move past it.
We really do. We communicate, and that's always been our deal. We just, so. Yeah.
How much do you feel like you were prepared by the previous owners in order to run this location without them?
Well, because I was the manager of the Sioux Falls location, I mean, I knew how to run it. I've been working there for so long that as far as the day-to-day operation, I was pretty prepared for that. I had been doing that anyway. It was just the other part as the business side. That took a while. We had to have lots of meetings with our accountant, and I'm a designer. I'm not a real numbers person, so that took a while to get that business side down. But it gets easier every year, and with more experience, and so.
Good.
Were there any official decisions that were made about what the work environment and the workplace culture would be like when you took over the business?
Well, we definitely, because we both had been in, we had been employees for so many years, we wanted to make sure we treated everyone like we wanted to be treated. Yeah. So, I mean, we wanted to be fair and, respectful of everyone. And so I think that's how we've always done our business. But we do expect people to work hard because we did too. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any other pieces of advice or just general thoughts that you want to share at all, or?
I would say for, people graduating, and I have a son that's in college right now too, and I think I've said this over and over, so I sound like a broken record, but honestly, I feel like if you work really hard and you have a good work ethic, you will succeed. I mean, people appreciate that. If you show up on time and you do what you say you're going to do and you stick with it. Work can be a difficult. No workplace is really easy. There's always going to be challenges. So I'd say just, if you find yourself in a position, just stick with it and work hard, and it should get better, and, you'll be rewarded after time for doing that.
Yeah, that's great advice.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, and we really appreciate you being here and talking with us and giving us some insider. And just anyone listening, work hard. That's the takeaway from this one.
Yeah.
And to really thank you, we actually got you that USF mug right there and a gift card to a Bagel Boy as a little gift for coming on the show for you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So to end the episode, we'd like to shout out Bagel Boy. Bagel Boy is a Sioux Falls local establishment that brings you breakfast all day long, along with sandwiches, soups, salads, coffees, and smoothies. You can stop in at any time of day and satisfy those cravings. Even if you're on the go and don't have time to sit down and enjoy the atmosphere, Bagel Boy has got you covered with the food to get you through the day. You can learn more information and take a look at their extensive menu at bagelboysfalls.com. That's BAGELBOYSF.com. This has been Caitlin
and Taylor
with Teresa of Twetton's Interior Design from the ground up. Thanks for listening.